Hi guys, welcome to the Grapplers Academy. Now today we're going to be looking at an attack from top side control. Now this is an attack that Bond catches on me quite frequently, and it's a lovely setup for the Kimura on the far arm.
If you've watched any of our videos on developing systems for your techniques, this is one that I've developed over the last couple of years, playing around with the concept, and it's something that's just come naturally and started to develop into my game. And I've started adding other stuff in at the end as well, which you'll see if people are good at defending side is going to talk us through a potential head scissor submission that's really nasty, but also quite fun when you get it. Initially the setup that we're going to look to go for is from the side control position that we talked about how to get to last week, with the elbow shelved on the hip. So go back and check out those videos, but we're going to start straight from that position where I've already got Simon's elbow shelved on my hip here. My knees are nice and tight in by the side of the hip and by the side of his head there. So we've got this cross-face pressure to begin with, okay? So we're keeping it uncomfortable all the way through. The first thing that I want to do is make sure that I've got control here, because I'm going to release this grip now, and it's important that I've got a point of leverage for me to keep applying pressure to him and stop him from turning away. So when I've got this shoulder cupped in nice and tight, I'm going to take this arm away. I'm going to keep it close. I can feel my arm shaving over the top of his head, because I don't want to make a nice big space here and then he can start making space, and now it's difficult for me to get in underneath. So as I come through, I'm keeping this tight and keeping it pulled in towards me. I'm going to shave the inside of my elbow straight over the top of his head, and then bring the elbow and shelve his head on top of my thigh. So if you can see there now, I'm bringing this in and I'm making a straight arm. This makes it really difficult for him to straighten his head out and start working an escape. I've got both ends of his spine pinned down, hips and lower end of the spine on this end with my knee, top end of the spine with my elbow on this side. If I'm not good with this, he's got free movement of his head again and I've lost one point of control. So let's just move back a little bit this way. So once again, we've got this position here, nice and tight shave over the top, and then pulling this up and shelving on the top of the ribs there. Next thing I need to do is control this arm, because this is going to be the attacking arm. So what I'm going to do is leverage it up, and I'm going to drop my forearm right across his rib cage. This is really uncomfortable in and by itself, and I don't want to apply too much pressure while I'm demoing this one, but when you're doing it in practice, really leverage over and drop as much weight as you can whilst grabbing onto that shoulder. It's going to be a really uncomfortable position. You might get a tap from the bottom if the guy's soft, but Si's not soft, so he's going to ride through this one. So we've got that there, and now the next thing I need to do, I need to step over the top so I can utilise the submission on this. What's going to be really difficult for me to get past is this arm here that I've got shelved on my hip, because although it's a really good point of control, actually it's in my way for when I need to come around and get this submission now. So what I like to do is the bottom knee, I'm going to slide it up to take place of where the top knee is in the armpit, and that's going to free up this leg. So actually what we'll do is we'll spin around for this way. So we've got this position, and now I'm going to slide my right knee up so that I can take my left leg back out of the way and do a big step around this way. So we'll come back into that first position, but just so you know what's going on. We're already here, we're creating pressure, and I'm going to slide up. I'm going to bring my knee down out of the way as I'm continuing to rotate him in towards me. Now I've got this free leg to step over the top, and I can pinch the torso now. This bit is key. If you go and watch our breakdown of the Dean Lister Josh Barnett match, there's a lot of misuse of this going on, where Dean Lister's able to get his back flat to the mat because there's not enough pinch on the torso. So this pinch is really important here. And at the moment, I've not got the correct arm to finish. I've got to be outside arm comes in under the armpit, so it's a quick swim from this side to this side, whilst keeping the pinch on with the torso and keeping a nice pinch tight into the body with that. Then I've got my free arm. Everyone knows how to finish that Kimura from there, so we keep it nice and tight into the body, we rotate through, and then that submission's on straight away there. So final bit of detail on this, tight into the body in that initial phase, we switch out whilst keeping a nice tight grip, Kimura grip, wrist on wrist, extend up and rotate through, get that finish. Okay. So let's just run through that whole thing one more time from the beginning. So same setup to get to side control that we've been working on the past couple of weeks. We pull in tight, we come over the top and isolate the head. We start bringing that pressure across the rib cage to make it uncomfortable. We're going to slide the knees up, Big step back so we clear his arm. Over to the torso, pinch with the legs. You can see that I've got this nice and tight here. Switch the arms, swim through, rotate for the finish.
Now there's a lot of times where you get to that position and you manage to free that bottom arm and you can take hold of that grip there and actually finish that Kimura. It can be a bit of a nightmare. Now there's some few different tricks you can do where elbow into the armpit, using your body to really extend it up. But like I've been caught with this in comp by my current coach Cam, and me and Bon have been working on this to sort of add a little bit of smoothness to it, but also add further attacks onto the end of it. But you can also go for head scissors from this actual position. So we'll start off from the actual Kimura position where, so we've done a good job getting to here, got the grip and I've got the grip here, but Bon's doing a really good job here defending and I can't separate here. And again, if you look back at our last video, lots of strength conditioning, I'm not going to defeat these arms. So I need to think of a secondary attack. Now I'm going to go from being kneeling to bringing my knee up to the middle. Now I'm trying to aim to get my knee in the middle of Bon's chest, as the middle of the chest tends to be in line with the middle of the chin. Now the reasoning for this is I want Bon's chin underneath my knee. I'm not trying to squeeze on my hamstrings or my calf. I'm trying to get Bon's chin underneath my knee. So from there, once I get to this, I'm going to keep hold of the arm, but I'm going to fall to my side here. This leg is going to go underneath the chin. I'm going to send my top leg underneath my bottom leg. Now once I get to here, I'm going to extend my legs and turn my knees inwards, creating pressure on the neck, looking for finding the chunk. So go for it again. We're in the Kimura position and I've got my leg over the head. Again, I really can't find this finish here. So I'm going to bring my knee to the middle of Bon's chest. I'm going to fall to my side and land, tying my feet together. My top leg comes underneath and behind my bottom leg. I'm going to extend my legs and turn my knees inwards as I'm trying to choke and apply pressure to the throat. So without the body there, I'm going to have my leg here, my other leg on top, and I'm just extending and turning my legs inwards, trying to really straighten those legs and apply pressure to the front and back of the throat.
Well, this is a great secondary attack and it works well when you think about it in line with the developing systems that we've talked about. It's a great technique for gi as well, because oftentimes when you're trying to apply this technique, you've got the collar, they can grab their own collar to defend, they can grab their own belt to defend, and sometimes even in no gi as well, people like to grab the inside of their own thigh to defend. All of these can be pretty easily gotten around with a bit of a swift tug on the grip. But it's nice to have a secondary attack. People are going to expect that you're going to try and rip the arm off once you've got a good grip on the Kimura. And I've actually found this to be really effective in terms of throwing people off and getting a nice cheeky submission in.
Yeah, definitely. Another little thing is the way that you tend to defend that Kimura attack is to try to get the attached shoulder onto the floor. Now, if you find that your opponent's actively trying to get down there while defending this choke actually comes a little bit easier to get as opposed to continually attacking the arm.
Now, if you found this video useful, it's always good for us guys to know what you're enjoying and what you're not enjoying. So go and leave a like or a comment on the YouTube or the socials. Helps us generate better content for you guys, making sure that you're enjoying it, making sure that you're getting the most out of your learning.
Make sure you subscribe as well, tell your friends, and if you want anything for us to cover, don't forget to drop us a message. Grapplers Academy on Facebook, the Grapplers Academy on Instagram. Follow, share, like, message. Please spread the word.
Thank you guys, see you on the next one.